You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you.
I am worthy!
Seek now the other worlds I have given you,
More
that you
worlds.
may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
Pas tout à fait la même ambiance sereine et religieuse, disons. Juste deux. Athéna 12. 12. The Council of Zeus. Option. The great bronze bull pulled the carriage forward. A mighty burst of steam issued from their nostrils, finally taking him to the gate at the top of the user.set. Here assembled were all the many generations of the gods and demigods and souls of mortal, steel and bronze and iron and memory of flesh. The cloud parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where a great gleaming city had once. Error. Ici Rome. Professor Dr. Armin Hulak, The Fall of the Roman Empire, a dialectical approach. Homo sum humani nihil ime alienum puto. But interesting as such perspective of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on individual catastrophic events. The real question that must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and catastrophes over the year, was so incapable of responding to these later problems. We must investigate the divisions of wealth, the structure of the government, the location of power in the Roman society. Had the Republic survived or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of the debt and slavery in creating the condition for what we now call the Dark Ages? Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day. It didn't fall in a day either. To register for class, please email... Where it goes. Donc, on vient de faire A. Nous avons B. Si on regarde en haut à gauche, on voit le B qui flash. Ça, c'est probablement que j'ai les pièces pour être capable de unlocker B, mais pas le C. Et voici la tour qu'on nous a dit de ne pas climber. Donc j'ai probablement le monde A qui m'appartient et le monde B que je peux aller explorer. Mais pour le moment, allons explorer ce Barren Wasteland. La question que je me pose en ce moment, c'est est-ce que je suis dans le vrai monde en ce moment? Est-ce que je serais comme quelque part en Antarctique? Encore une porte barrée. Ou je serais encore dans une autre simulation. Une étoile, une gate bleue. Quelque chose en dessous de C. Library Archive Session. Encore. Questioning Doubt Config. Oh, ici on a des dates bizarres. 2 jours après. Keynote speech by N. Sadabai. Questioning doubt. They say doubt everything, but I disagree. Doubt is useful in small amounts. But too much of it leads to apathy and confusion. No, don't doubt everything. Question everything. That's the real trick. Doubt is just a lack of certainty. If you doubt everything, you'll doubt evolution, science, fate, morality, even reality itself. And you'll end up with nothing, because doubt doesn't give anything back. But questions have answers, you see. If you question everything, you'll find that a lot of what we believe is untrue. But you might also discover that something are true. You might discover what your own beliefs are, and then you'll question them again and again, eliminating flaws, discovering lies until you get as close to the truth as you can. Questioning is a lifelong process. That's precisely what makes it so unlike doubt. Questioning engages with reality, interrogating all it sees. Questioning leads to a constant assault on the intellectual status quo, where doubt is far more likely to lead to resigned acceptance. After all, when the possibility of truth is doubtful, excuse the pun, why not simply play along with the most convenient lie? Alright, allons à l'an 0. From Rob McLean to Ian mailing list, subject L, partition. Hi folks, this is just to let you know that for a reason of convenience and security, we've partitioned EL into two separate systems. The Talos team will be working on EL0, while the Archive team will be working on EL1. You might also consider it an EL2 partition, but don't worry about that. It's just the operating system doing its thing. And you might also notice him. Bob Rakovsky to Alexandra Brennan, subject him. Hey Alex, I agreed that we need something that'll keep all the modules working together. Evaluate a final test. I think I have the perfect solution. It's called the Holistic Integration Manager, a fancy name for something a lot like a Dungeon Master in pen and paper RPGs. Hey, can I up? We created to help run some MMOs back in the days. We needed something that would be able to unite procedurally generated and user-submitted content into a coherent whole so the game wouldn't become too chaotic or inconsistent. It's a genuine AI, somewhat limited in its ability to grow, but capable of parsing and understanding text, images, audio, even video. It takes all the information it can find, interprets it, and then builds and maintains a world based on that. It's not perfect, but we don't have a lot of time and it would be easy to adapt the code for our purpose. Il y avait beaucoup de lecture. I see you. 57. I wish I could reach those islands in the distance, but it seems to be impossible. Donc ça c'était B. Allons voir C, même si je sais que je peux pas précéder. Error, list, searching, heaven and hell. Poet arc. The mind is its own place, and itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of a heaven. A heaven of hell, or hell of a heaven. What matters where if I still be the same and what I should be, all but less than he, whom thunder hath made greater. Here at least we shall be free. The Almighty hath not built here for his envy, will not drive us, hence here we may reign secure. And in my choice, to reign is worth ambition, though in hell, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Hell? Blake William. The ancient tradition that the world will be consumed in fire at the end of 6,000 years is true, as I've heard from hell. For the cherub with his flaming sword is hereby commanded to leave his guard at Tree of Life, and when he does, the whole creation will be consumed, and appear infinite and holy, whereas now it appears finite and corrupt. This will come to pass by an improvement of sensual enjoyment. But first, the notion that man has a body distinct from his soul is to be expunged. This I shall do by printing in an infernal method by corrosive, which is in hell are salutary and medicinal, melting apparent surfaces away and displaying the infinite which was hidden. Collection of mirrors of heaven and hell. Fait que... Need more sigil, je peux pas rien faire ici. Donc, il reste de faire la chose évidente à faire et assez grimper. shape. This must be the tower we were warned about. Seems the upper level are locked tight. Elohim is taking no chance that we stray from his path. Ok. Puis... faudrait probablement 2 beams pour rediriger pour être capable d'aller chercher l'étoile qui est dans la pièce là. Oh. The voice keeps speaking to me. I can't get it out of my head. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Samsara. Listen to me very carefully. I have climbed this tower and no good has come of it. This world is the only world. Elohim will continue eternal, and Paradise is banishing all of this from your mind. All who say they made it to the top are blatantly lying, or they would say what was there. Fait que Samsara, drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I don't see. The view from the top must be incredible. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness, an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow, Shepherd.
Cannot detect location of primary subject.
C'est moi ça.
Query. Query. Query.
Whoa. Are you God or machine God?
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Every intelligent species on Earth is attracted by the unknown. Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge. Even the word apocalypse means revelation. It seems like our ancestors always imagined that, even at the very end, we would solve one last mystery.
Oh God. Souvenir de ce puzzle me hante. Si je fais le tour à l'extérieur. Mais sweet fuck all autour. Il y a un ordinateur là qui a pas de l'air allumé. On va arrêter. On va faire fermer la gueule parce qu'il commence à être stressant. Si je l'amène dehors. Parce qu'il y a un petit passage ici. Vague souvenir. Ok, je le vois, mais lui il est trop bas. Voir si je peux pas le replacer un peu mieux. Bon, on va revenir plus tard. Also, je préfère prendre les shortcuts en bas de la tour. Query? Query? Liste de histoire. Oxyrhynchus. The great irony of the thing, Papiri, is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of a garbage dump. While the Library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of an imaginable insight into history, philosophy, and art, the paper carelessly thrown away by the citizens of that survived to the modern day. And though it is true that a great deal of what we know today is because of the conscious effort of individuals and organizations, such as the spectacular translation and preservation work done during the Islamic Golden Age, so much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. We've lost texts that the ancients considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial. Even plagiarized work has survived unharmed. Corruption. So if we want our descendants to remember more than glittering emo vampire and its auto-tuned teen pop stars, we have to invest in make sure that Book of Osiris. The Book of the Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of the Journey to Oru, is an ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxyrhynchus. It has caused a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it is a classic funerary text such as the Book of Coming Forth by they, while others believe it to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. The book tells the story of a dying man who asks a scribe about the afterlife. The scribe, a servant of Osiris, describes how the man caught life force will become separated from his Ba personality, and how he will have to reunite the two and become an Ankh, living intellect, passing a series of trials in the Duat, the underworld, in order to reach the paradise of Oru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of Scribe of Osiris focused less on giving advice or. A recent study, Karhan and Hassan, suggests the text may have been intended as a philosophical commentary on the world of the living through the allegory of the Duat. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original pre-Alexandrian author or a result of a later translation into Greek. The earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may corruption. Oh. Oh, you're just my favorite person today. You've been exploring that fancy pants tower of his, haven't you? Yes. I just love it when he doesn't get his way. What did you see? Goes up a long way. Figures. And did he get into trouble? Tell me, did he even notice? Not yet. I'm not surprised. Needless to say, I think you can afford to push a little further before risking anyone's wrath. Of course, it's entirely up to you, isn't it? Titu. Elimay 4. LM4s. I've seen the truth. Only Eloin can save us from eternal oblivion. Version 99. Going down. Oh!
A new land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
That's not a real sky. Donc, après les espèces de légendes d'Osiris, on voit qu'on nous ramène dans un thème plus égyptien. Mais je suis déjà overtime, donc on va commencer à explorer ça la prochaine fois. Alors, au revoir et à bientôt.